got us the back. She got the back. Now we can have her as the background, or we can do Sessa as the background as well. But because of the lighting, I'm going to do her as the background. Sorry, y'all. You know me. We're going to shift and shake. All right, ladies. So, outfit of the day. Let's see if we can get a good outfit of the day. Let's see if I can get a good outfit of the day. Outfit of the day, I call it For the Rain because it's raining. Oh, where's my Najee bag? I gotta go get it. Hold on, I gotta go get it. Because right now it is super duper duperly my most favorite bag. Look at this, is custom. This is Lisa Marie original. This bag is from Nigeria, West Africa. The fabric, leather from Ghana. My design, it's a hobo bag, and I'm wearing my sneakers. Let's see, because it looks like it rained a lot yesterday. A lot. It's rainy season, and it rains, and it gets a little cool when it rains. And I'm in pants. Plus, where I'm going at the center, it's very, very muddy, like muddy. So you need your sneakers, and then my pants. Yeah, and you need just in case it rains and it gets a little cool. And then I got my bag, which I'm gonna sport like this. I think I'm gonna put it around. Yeah, so you know me. Everything is mine. Design shoes, designed by Lisa Marie. Jeans with the Afro Central Home Design logo, so that's designed by me too. But not the top. The top is I got it from W. Du Bois Center. I wear it on many different ways. It's my first time wearing it today. But I wanted to tell y'all something. I do have to run. But I want to tell you something. Oh, and earrings by Bantu Hut. My girl Janae from North Carolina. And scarf I got here in Ghana. And of course I have my own flowers, which they were flowers that I had made on this halter top. So now I don't know. I'm gonna have to loosen out all them halter tops because I ain't gonna wear them that tight. And I didn't like the flowers on it after I said I wanted them on. I really wanted on card flowers, but that's okay. So I told her, could she take them and make them into pins and put a pen so I can pin it. And so this has been my style lately. Pin the flowers on the donkey or the scarf. So yeah, I gotta go, but I was thinking about something today. First of all, I didn't really realize, and it says I did because I think to truly realize is to know or to feel to me. To realize is to feel. And I've been feeling that sensitivity. I've been feeling that deep going within. And then of course, like it's rainy season here, which in Accra you don't get a lot of rain, but it's been a lot more than I feel like, so it's rainy season. And but I didn't realize it was Cancer season, that we've entered into the astrological sign of Cancer, the sun sign of Cancer, which is my mother was, I'm going to say still, well, she's in the ethers now, so no, she ain't anymore. She was a Cancer in her earthly body, and my father was a Cancer as well. And I am a Leo, so all that sensitivity made me. And that energy is very much like Cancers on a just what I know on a spiritual level. They like to be home. First of all, they're water signs, right, and they're crabs as well. But they like to be home. They like to be home. They like the home. They're very spiritual, first of all, and their home is deeper than just being in the house. Their home is being in themselves. And so they're very much in themselves. They're water signs, so they know how to go very, very, very deep. They know how to come into the shell and come out. I mean, they only come out when they feel like it's safe or they feel like they got something valuable to share, because they get most of their knowledge, their wisdom, and their understanding from going deep within. They have a very easy kind of softness to them, and very mystical. If you don't know them, you might not. But if you got one as a great friend, you. All my best friends, most of my best friends have been Cancer. My first best friend, Tammy Reeves, Cancer. My second best friend, Jamila Sabri, Cancer. And my mother was really my first. I'm my mother, Cancer. And then my other best friend was a Leo, which makes, but she was a Leo more with a Cancer energy. So she was coming more into that Cancer. And y'all, if you feeling like, especially any sister, but all of us, if you feeling that sensitivity, if you feeling like you are going into deep contemplation, if you feeling like you don't really want to move that much, if you're feeling like that you don't really want to do a lot, you get your work is making you extra tired, you don't feel like you could complete your tasks, doing anything right now makes you feel like it's more work to do. You feel like it's too much to think about. Any outside, external, anything that needs to use your physicality, you might not be feeling that because you're in Cancer, and Cancer just wants to go within. Cancer wants to rest. So if you feel like you need more rest, and that's meaning even in the daytime where you're not necessarily taking a nap, but you just want to lay in your bed or lay on a chair or lay on a recliner or lay out under a tree and just rest. I feel like Cancer is a time where you don't make a lot of decisions, that you just actually sit, especially we're coming out of Mercury retrograde, which was all about rewind. And that's where I was. I went back and I apologized to the people that I felt like I might have hurt or disrespected, that I started thinking, I sent out other silent prayers to other folks that I feel like maybe we both misunderstood each other. So that retrograde, that was what that was about. Rewinding, going back and seeing where you could have either done it better, differently, apologizing, releasing, letting go. And then we come out of Mercury retrograde, we're moving into Cancer, we're in Cancer season, and Cancer definitely says, go within, go within. It's interesting, like I said, it's summertime, I know in the States, and here it's, rainy season, but it's interesting that July is a different kind of summer month. There are some people, summer comes and they want to run and be outside because a lot of times it's warmer, of course, but that's the only opportunity they have. But when you're on a spiritual cycle, it is not the same as sometimes a cycle that society sets for you. Society says that this is the time you get more people take off work, more people take holiday, because of course the weather being warm, but as a spiritual woman, your cycles are different. You may, when it's winter, need to get out. And summer, you need to stay in, because it's really not about the weather, although those solstices are cycles too, and those equinox are cycles too, and they do make a difference. But at some point, you become more finite, and you become more in control of your own energy. So you're not as dictated by the energy outside. As a matter of fact, you are equivalent to it. So you know how like women are dictated or on their cycles, or in a sense, and dictated by the moon, right? The moon cycle, when you're bleeding, or even the cycle of different phases of a woman's life, which is, birth, first menstruation and then birth and then menopause and whatever is in between. But you're being governed by even the stars, right? The astrology is about the stars. Where are the stars today? At some point, you're going to be the stars. At some point, you're going to be the moon. At some point, you're going to be the sun. So you're going to be equivalent to it, equal to. And so you're going to be, because now you are becoming a mini universe. You are becoming your own planet. So now it'll be like, what is ruled by the Lisa Marie planet? You know what I'm saying? What is ruled by the Cheyenne Sutton planet? You know what I'm saying? Or the Nicole Cook planet. In a sense, it's not, so now you're working with these entities, and in a sense, not necessarily for these entities. You are becoming one with the all, because you have now learned how to use your energy in order to go up in consciousness, to clear up those energy centers, and to fill out more of your aura. So now you're a walking planet. You understand? You're a walking solar system. I don't know, it just coming, I didn't know all this was coming out, but I could feel it. That's what we are. We're no less than anything that is a heavenly body. We are a heavenly body. We call this a body. And what we want to do is allow it to become a heavenly body. And you don't have to so-called go to this place that's outside of you. Heaven is you. I even went past heaven is inside of you. I went past that, didn't I? I said heaven is you. Heaven must be like this. It must be like this. You know, we got the songs. So I just want to tell you that. So as a Cancer, you need that time within. Because when you go within, you're building. And then remember, we have this still is the cosmic shift, right? Think about it. Listen, y'all, I don't know why people are wanting to think that things are back to normal or that our whole entire world wasn't abruptly, in a lot of ways, in a good way, in some ways, affected by something that affected the world. Whether you believe it was planned or not, something happened and we were all affected. And that whole year, what occurred in that whole year hadn't occurred in some instances in 100 years. We're talking about the ice caps. We're talking about the fog clearing. We're talking about the ozone layer, at least some of it being repaired. We're talking about air quality fresh as ever it was before. And then we want to run back, right? We want to get on these planes. We want to go all these places. This ain't the time. This is not the time really to be traveling far. Traveling close, yes. Connecting with other goddesses as far as divine feminine energies, yes. Even divine male energies, yes. We were isolated. This is a time to get close, not to go far. To get close to ourselves, to get close to those we love, to get close to our dreams, to get close to our realities, to get close to our wants and desires. This is not the time to be, I want to travel 50,000 places, even though you can see you got all these tests, you see you got all these masks, you see you got all these, but we still, the travel is within. It's the best place to go. Because I don't think that what we think is over, not necessarily in this form. I think the universe is saying, I will give y'all something else because I don't think it's enough time. I think that we need to, I know y'all need more time to cultivate and to elevate. The shift is already here. It's what everybody's been talking about for so many years. It's already here. It's here now. It's here now. And it's a wonderful thing to shift. Take advantage of it. Take the opportunity. Go inside and then create. Go inside and then have a conversation. Go inside and then make your decisions. You got to go inside. If you don't go inside, you're going outside. Cancer season is, I know Cancer season. It's my mother, my father, my best friends, like, Cancer season, thank you. Thank you for your spiritual self. Thank you for knowing when to go in and when to come out. And what Cancer does, they may come out tomorrow and go in today. They may go out today and come in tomorrow. That's the beauty. They only, maybe for a little while, like, it's funny, I was like, oh, I don't want to go outside today. Now I feel much better, like I'm ready because I got my armor on. So this is the time when you do go out. So if you have something that bounces, whether it's brass, whether it's cowrie shells, whether it's beads, whether it's crystals, whether it's a certain kind of color, a certain kind of shoe, seriously, a certain kind of blouse, a certain kind of shirt, whatever, a scarf, maybe you want to cover your head because you're feeling like you want to keep that energy and that wisdom within. This is the time to do what you feel. You want to sleep in later, if you could, do it. If you want to go to bed earlier, if you could, do it. If you want to stay up and watch amazing. So another thing, Dr. Joseph Spencer says something very powerful. He says, if you don't want to be it, don't watch it. If you don't want to become it, don't watch it. So that means, in other words, if you don't want to become that thing you're watching, like a movie that's scary, a movie that's about broken love, broken relationships, a movie that's about failure, or even YouTube's that's negative, or whatever. If you don't want to become it, don't watch it. Now, if you want to become it, you should watch it. You should be like, yes, I love it. Stay on a high vibe. Stay on a goddess vibe. And it's enough of us goddesses out there for you to be vibed up on. I introduce you to Mona White of I Am Goddess TV. And myself, we're all feeling the shift, no matter where you are. Stay where you are. Be where you are. You know, I was always like, I don't know how much I would promote. I think I did have an intensive call, getting out of your comfort zone. And I keep now saying, no, stay comfortable. I don't know if it has to be the zone you used to be in, but all life has comfort zones. And, so, and at a certain point, we want the comfortable. We don't invite struggle into your life because it may already come anyway. So don't invite it. I'm not saying don't invite it. Because it probably, you know what I'm saying, life is filled with certain things, the polarities, right? But don't invite it. And sometimes it's hard to sit still. Sometimes it's hard to be in the nothing and the nothingness. I know. Sometimes it's hard to be in paradise. Sometimes it's hard to be in bliss. Because sometimes it's true, I get it. Sometimes it's like, all right, this is good, this is kind of great, this is even blissful, but there's got to be more. No, the more is within. You're right, the more is within. You know, I was talking to my young sister, I consider her like my daughter. She's the same sign as my daughter, and she's in Mexico. And she's like, girl, I don't know. I think I should go home. I think I should go back to the States. How long you been in Mexico? 3 months? No, 3 months. That's that itch. Don't worry. You don't really want to go back. And all the reasons she said was all the reasons that we all say when we think we want to go backwards. I told her, no matter what, never backwards. Always forward. Sometimes you do need to move from a space, and I don't mean physically only, but it shouldn't be backwards. It should always be forwards. So she would say, well, I need to see my mom. But when your mom was there, you was trying to get away from her. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to the ex. Well, the ex ain't talking to you now. Don't even go over there and bust up his life. Like, my grandmother, I miss her. Well, you saw her. Was you seeing her every day? I was really, because that is what I now know I can coach somebody into. Right here, right now, no special class. Because I've had that feeling, and I've seen my sister who had that feeling, went back and said, oh, wait a second. Even though the blessings are wherever you are, but sometimes as sisters, especially the wise ones that have been through some things and seen some things, to say, no, you don't want to. It's just a feeling, and it will pass. Your feelings cannot lead you. You lead them. Your feelings cannot guide you in that way that is guiding you backwards. You tell it what you need it to do. Sometimes you do need to move from a particular area and going deeper. I said it's time for you to learn more about the culture. It's time for you to maybe go to another city, something else. But do not. That's you talk about, yeah, well, I see people in my city where I used to live doing what I'm doing, and they seem like they winning. I said, honey, don't look at that one flyer on Facebook. Don't look at that one thing on YouTube. We all know now this stuff ain't even real. It's fake as fake can be in so many ways. And plus, you tried that. You didn't even want to do that. Now you don't even want to do that. You didn't want to do that. Like so find a friend that can remind you of who you are. And when you get down in those down moments, or you scared, or you just bored, remind you that bored is a good place, and there's growth in that place too. So you won't go backwards. Don't go backwards. I'm clear I don't want to go back. Not right now. This is not a good time to go back anyway. And for those that are abroad, especially not now. We don't get it. Some of us were not here during the pandemic. So we didn't have it the same way. It's too much of a shock to the system. And what you want to go back to doesn't even exist. Do you understand that? It doesn't even exist. It's all in our minds. It wasn't good, that's why you left, but what you want doesn't exist. And even the stuff that was good, it still doesn't exist because everything continues to move. It's like the Sesa wo Suban. It's the star that rises, which is like the sun every day, and the rest is the spinning wheel. And the spinning wheel keeps moving. So therefore, whatever's in the middle is in a different position, because when it looks out, so think about the stars in the middle, it rises every day. The Sesa wo Suban, or the wheel is on the outside continually spinning. So even when the star wakes up every day anew, what he sees on the outside, which is a spinning wheel, is in a different position. So nothing will ever be so. You can't go back. It's just a feeling. And if I could, like I said, if some of my abroad sisters are abroad and you're feeling like I'm homesick, you're not. Home is within. You are homesick. You're homesick with a closer divine alignment and connection with your higher self. You are. That's your home. That will always be your home. And when you're not elevating like you think, sometimes it's not that. Sit more in good. Sit more in quiet. You're not done yet. If you get up bored, then you're not done yet. Stay longer. Stay longer till you pass the feeling of boredom, so you can get to the feeling of realization, actualization, and meditation. Meditation says more, 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 never less. You are moving to higher heights and elevations. It's not going back to your relations. It's all about the meditation. That's where you take your vacations. And you move through life like magic, like the Haitian. Ooh, revelations, y'all, revelations. Just sit there. Don't just do something. Sit there. All right, beautiful queens. I just wanted to say good morning. Natasha, hello, Queen of Beauties in the chat. To you too. Cut, cute, fit, greetings. Hey, naturally. Y'all, so Monday we start our meditations again. June 28th, 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. 21 days, every single day. It's on June 1st. I'm sorry, it's on 21 days. It's on Zoom. That's the word I was looking for, Zoom. And it's $67 for the meditation that I'm guiding you through, especially in this beautiful Cancer season. And by then, yeah, we'll be knee deep in it. We'll still be in Cancer, so let's go. And then in the mid-month of July, my mother was born on the 17th, we're going to start our sacred house cleaning, sacred space intensive as well. And that's $97, and it's going to be powerful. Let's get ready, y'all. We're on our own calendar, and we're shifting in our own ways. I love you, queens. Also, Afrocentric Home Design, we're going to do a video on, somebody asked me, it's a great question, is the artwork here expensive? What does that look like? And I was telling you once that the curator at the Omanye said, yes, some artists are world famous, African, we talk about African artists. And if you was to try to buy their art in the States or the Europe, it would be so expensive. So some fly all the way here to try to get that piece. So I would love to be a go-between. Another thing, because the artist that I'm loving right now, the English is not that great. He got an Instagram, but he doesn't really get back to you because I don't think he's so comfortable with his English. I called him. We had a good conversation where we could, but he couldn't really understand me. And then they don't know how to mail it out and ship and all of that stuff. So I definitely want to be a broker in between and get you some beautiful art it's beautiful, but I want to learn more. So not as expensive. I think I paid about a few $100s for, I paid double, but I paid about a couple of $100 for this painting and the other one, and maybe $4 for that one. But it's gonna be I'm hoping that it appreciates. But some of these same artists, and some even more. Now some, it is 10,000 CDs. Okay, just so you know. Some it is 80,000 CDs right here in Ghana. It depends on how famous the artist is. But it's still, if it's 80,000 CDs here, then it's 200,000 somewhere else. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll talk about it. All right, ladies. I will see you on the next video, and I'm going to go to Art Center and get it done. Thank you, Naturally. Love you, ladies. Peace and blessings.